So we're going to talk about the text tools. So the text tools are all, you'll probably see this. It'll look like a big T for type or text, whichever one you want. I'll close that too, so then I can show you how to open it. Okay, anyways, so when you click on that first type tool, there's all sorts of nested ones in there, and I'll show you about those in just a moment. But you're going to get, like you see that little box around there. What happens is that you'll want to draw a text box, which then you'll be able to type within. Now, if you grab this tool and you just click, it will, let me show you the difference here. So now it automatically makes a bounding box on there. I can make that box larger and smaller. With this one, if I write before making that box, I start to stretch that text, which isn't a big deal as long as I hold down the Shift key, and then it'll get larger in proportion. But if I don't, then I start to really skew my text, which makes it really hard to read. So depending on what you're doing, how you use this one tool is up to you. But now that I have this written on here, now let me show you some options. There's multiple ways that you can change the font and the size. So one is just up here. Every time you have that text tool selected, the largest that it goes up to is 72 in the presets, but you can easily type in. I'm not sure how large it actually goes up to and what amount of points, I forget.
999.
Somebody can, nope, it's there.
It's gone.
How about 1,000? Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah.
So it goes up to 1,296.
Oh, crap.
Wow, that's big. But anyways, okay, let me break that down. Okay, now, when I type something like, today is Thursday, you see what happened? I can't see the rest of my Thursday, right? Well, do you guys see this little red? It's actually a plus sign, even though it looks like a minus sign right now. Okay, that means that there's text that goes beyond that bounding box. So you have to make that box larger in order to get that to fit. So that's how that works. Okay, so you can change the font now. Highlight that. You can change your font up here, but notice you don't get any previews. So when I grab something, I don't know what it's going to be like. I could just click through this all day. But if you go up here, okay, so this is something that happened to my computer this morning, and I don't know why. I tried restarting it. For you guys, it'll look, you'll be able to see it. But here you notice how you can actually see what the font looks like. Okay. That's a fun font. So here's all those styles that we were talking about. So within this one font, I have ultralight, light italic, regular italic, all of these different styles. So you can choose that. Now the other way that you can have more options is by going to Window and opening up that type panel. So I would first open up the character. And within here, you're going to probably automatically get a couple of other options opened up. So here is also, it'll show you the actual font, a preview of it. Here's where you change the style then. And here's where you can change the size. Now, this is the leading that I was talking about. So 36 point on a font this large is, see how it pulls it together like that? Now if I change this, maybe, let's go down to 72. Now I have more space in there. What if I put a 1 in front of that and make it 172, more space? It's about that space in between each line. Yeah. You guys can play around with getting both of these options down here. Will alter how much space is in between each letter itself. So other panels that you can open up are the glyphs. And glyphs are like ornamental hieroglyphic characters or symbols. So that's where you'll find like the number sign, and some fonts have more options, like there's the pound sign if you were doing any design work for England or something, I don't know.
The Apple logo.
Yeah. So there's different, you know, you can add your umlaut and your whatever else to it. So, so that's in the glyphs. And then paragraph is where we get the centered text, the right flush, the left flush, and so forth. Now, what happens when, let me change this to be smaller. I'm trying to get it to actually hyphenate. Let me just scribble some stuff on there. Okay, you guys see that hyphen right there? That's because I have my hyphenate clicked on. If I click that off, then it will automatically roll that word onto the next line. If you end up doing text work in here where you want that hyphen gone, that is a good way to go about that. So, all right, that's the basics of the text box tool. So just to review, you can draw the box, which then you can type within. Note the little red plus sign, or you can take it and just begin to write, in which if you need to make it larger, you can just do that by pressing, altering that bounding box. All right, why don't you guys try it out?